The upcoming DJI Avata 360 has once again become a major topic of discussion after DJI released a new teaser through its official social media channels. For those who have been tracking the steady flow of rumors and leaks about this drone, the short preview immediately sparked fresh curiosity. Even though the teaser does not directly show the drone itself, it still provides several hints about what the company might be preparing to launch. Unlike typical product teasers that focus on showing the device from multiple angles, this video takes a very different approach. Throughout the entire clip, the drone never appears on screen. Instead of highlighting the physical design or hardware details, the teaser places viewers directly inside the experience by showing footage captured from the drone's perspective. This creative decision allows the audience to see the type of visual results the drone might produce, rather than focusing on how the product looks. Adding to the speculation, images recently appeared online that appear to show the drone's retail packaging. The photos were reportedly spotted on Facebook Marketplace, and the box design follows DJI's familiar minimalist packaging style. The front of the package clearly displays the name DJI Avata 360, along with labels such as Drone Only and Enhanced Transmission. Those labels suggest that the version shown in the leaked images could be a base package that does not include additional accessories. In many cases, DJI sells drones in multiple bundles, where higher-priced versions include extras like FPV goggles, batteries, or controllers. The Drone Only marking could indicate that this particular box contains only the aircraft itself. Another detail that caught people's attention is the overall appearance of the packaging. The box shown in the leak looks polished and production-ready rather than like an early prototype. When retail-style packaging begins appearing outside the company before an official announcement, it often means that manufacturing and distribution preparations are already underway. Meanwhile, another hint about the drone surfaced on the platform X, Twitter, where a well-known leaker suggested that there might be an additional surprise connected to the product. According to the post, more information is still being collected, and further updates could be shared soon. If this mysterious detail turns out to be something significant, it could make the drone even more interesting for enthusiasts. DJI's teaser strategy for this product also appears slightly different compared with some of the company's previous launches. In earlier cases, DJI sometimes introduced new products in China first, before expanding availability to international markets later. Teasers for those releases often appeared on Chinese platforms before being shared globally. However, the teaser for the DJI Avata 360 was published across DJI's global channels at the same time. This could indicate that the gap between the Chinese release and the international launch might be much shorter than usual. With an official teaser now available, leaked retail packaging circulating online, and hints of additional surprises possibly on the way, the next update about the DJI Avata 360 could reveal much more about this highly anticipated drone. For now, the teaser has successfully done its job by raising curiosity while keeping the most important details hidden. The teaser itself is quite short, lasting roughly 40 seconds, and it keeps things extremely simple. There is no product name mentioned anywhere in the video, and DJI avoids revealing any launch timeline or technical specifications. Viewers also do not get a glimpse of the drone body, remote controller, or any FPV goggles that might be used with it. The entire presentation focuses purely on the footage, letting the visuals speak for themselves instead of relying on detailed explanations. From the way the shots move and transition, the footage strongly suggests that DJI is aiming this product toward fans of immersive FPV flying. The motion in the clip feels smooth, quick, and fluid, similar to the dynamic movement commonly seen in FPV drone footage. At the same time, some parts of the video appear unusually flexible, almost as if the camera angle could be adjusted after the recording was finished. This type of footage closely matches earlier rumors that suggested the drone could combine traditional FPV flying performance with a full 360-degree camera system. Interest in the DJI Avata 360 has already been growing over the past few weeks because of several leaks that have surfaced online. A number of well-known industry leakers have hinted that the drone may not be far from its official announcement. These reports helped build anticipation even before the teaser was released. The Antigravity A1 drone immediately grabs attention because it introduces a very different approach to aerial filming. Instead of recording video from only one direction like most drones, this model captures everything around it in full 360 degrees. For content creators, vloggers, and tech enthusiasts, that idea alone makes the drone very appealing. However, while the concept is exciting, the real experience of using the drone comes with both clear advantages and a few noticeable drawbacks. One of the biggest strengths of the Antigravity A1 is its advanced camera system. The drone features a dual-lens setup designed to capture full 360-degree video at up to 8K resolution. This allows users to record the entire scene during flight and later decide which angle they want to show in the final video. Instead of worrying about pointing the drone perfectly at the subject while flying, creators can simply focus on the flight and adjust the framing later during editing. This flexibility can make a big difference for people who create travel videos, action shots, or cinematic content. Another major advantage is the drone's stabilization and smart shooting technology. The Antigravity A1 uses advanced stabilization systems that help keep footage smooth even when the drone moves quickly or encounters wind. This makes the final video look more professional and easier to watch. In addition, the drone includes several automated creative modes, such as subject tracking and pre-programmed cinematic flight paths. These features allow users to capture impressive shots without needing expert flying skills, making the drone more accessible to beginners. The design of the drone also adds to its appeal. The Antigravity A1 is lightweight, weighing around 249 grams. This makes it easier to carry and travel with, and in many regions, drones under this weight category face fewer regulations. The compact structure also helps with portability, meaning users can pack it easily in a small bag and take it on trips without much effort. Another interesting feature is the immersive flying experience. Instead of using only a traditional controller, the drone can be operated with FPV goggles and a motion-based controller. This setup allows the pilot to see the world from the drone's perspective while flying. For many users, this creates a more exciting and engaging experience because it feels like they are actually flying through the air. Despite these advantages, the Antigravity A1 also has several disadvantages that should be considered before buying. One of the biggest concerns is the unusual control system. While the goggles and motion controller can feel immersive, they may not be as easy to use as traditional drone controllers with joysticks. Some users may find the learning curve slightly higher, especially if they are new to FPV-style flying. Another drawback is the price. The Antigravity A1 sits in the premium category, which may make it difficult for casual users or beginners to justify the cost. Many other drones in the same price range offer excellent camera quality and reliable performance, so buyers may compare options carefully before deciding. Battery life is another area where the drone has some limitations. While it offers a reasonable flight time for its size, long filming sessions may require extra batteries. This can increase the overall cost and may interrupt shooting sessions if spare batteries are not available. Video quality can also have certain compromises. Even though the drone records in high-resolution 8K 360 video, footage from 360 cameras sometimes loses sharpness when converted into a normal viewing angle. When the video is reframed, the final image may not appear as sharp as footage captured by traditional drones that use a single forward-facing camera. Overall, the Antigravity A1 is a creative and innovative drone that brings a fresh idea to aerial filming. Its 360-degree camera, immersive flight system, and compact design make it stand out in the market. However, its higher price, unique control method, and a few practical limitations mean it may not be the best choice for everyone. For creators who want flexibility and a new style of storytelling, the drone can be a powerful tool. But for users who prefer simple operation and traditional aerial filming, other drones might still be a more practical option. Finally, a big problem with the Mini 5 Pro. Watch till the end for all details. DJI has quietly rolled out a new DJI Fly app update for the Mini 5 Pro, version 1.19.5. On the surface, it looks like a completely routine release. The official note simply says it fixes issues and improves overall app stability. No detailed explanation, no proper changelog, no clear breakdown of what was adjusted, improved, or modified. And that's exactly why many pilots are paying closer attention this time. In recent months, DJI updates have developed a pattern. Small app revisions sometimes introduce changes that are not mentioned at all. These adjustments are not always tied to firmware updates either. Instead, users often discover them only after flying, when something feels different. Maybe a setting behaves in a new way. Maybe a limitation appears. Sometimes it's subtle. Sometimes it directly affects how the drone can be used. That history has made the community more cautious. Every update now raises a quiet question. What changed this time? One of the biggest concerns still revolves around altitude restrictions, especially for pilots in the UK and EU. Earlier this year, confusion spread quickly about why mini drones were locked to 120 meters. Some users believed it was caused by firmware. Others thought skipping updates would prevent the restriction from being applied. But eventually, it became clear that the limitation is entirely location-based. It is not firmware dependent. The same drone can have different altitude options depending on where it is flown. In the UK and EU, the maximum altitude remains locked at 120 meters. In the United States, higher altitude settings are available on the exact same hardware. No firmware change is required to switch between these rules. The restriction depends on geographic positioning. With version 1.19.5, nothing has changed in that regard. The 120-meter cap is still firmly in place in the UK and EU. The request higher limit option is still visible in the app, but it does not function. Declassification remains disabled. Scanning for updates or adjustments makes no difference. For those hoping this update might ease altitude frustrations, it does not. The frustration runs deeper than just a number. UK and EU drone law limits flights to 120 meters above ground level, not above the takeoff point. That difference matters, especially when flying on hills, slopes, or mountainous terrain. Legally, a pilot can remain compliant while climbing terrain. But DJI's software enforces a stricter interpretation, effectively blocking certain terrain-based flights that could otherwise be lawful. This gap between legal allowance and software enforcement has sparked ongoing debate. Many pilots feel that software control is now shaping the flying experience more than the regulations themselves. So what does version 1.19.5 actually bring? There are some small interface improvements. On-screen shortcuts are now quicker to access. Sensor toggles feel slightly easier to reach. Vision assist and obstacle sensor views can be accessed faster. In tight flying environments, these refinements can genuinely help. Quick adjustments matter when navigating narrow spaces or reacting to sudden obstacles. These tweaks improve day-to-day usability, even if only slightly. However, not everything feels polished. Some overlapping icons are still present in certain modes. A few features appear unfinished or placed in awkward positions. Interface layering problems remain, especially when cruise control is active. Certain functions still block others unless a mode is manually canceled first. Instead of feeling streamlined, the app can feel cluttered. For a product positioned as premium and professional, the software experience still lacks a sense of refinement. The RC2 controller continues to be another weak point. This update does not bring noticeable performance improvements to it. Menus remain somewhat sluggish. Typing is still awkward and slow. Storage space remains limited, and customization options are restricted. Users cannot install additional tools or expand functionality beyond DJI's ecosystem. For some pilots, the RC2 feels less like a powerful controller and more like a bottleneck in an otherwise capable system. There are also growing conversations around dynamic homepoint behavior. This feature is designed to update the home location while the pilot is moving, which is especially useful for cycling, driving, or tracking motion. In theory, it enhances flexibility and safety. In practice, some users report inconsistent behavior in version 1.19.5. Sometimes it activates instantly. Other times it throws an error. Occasionally, it only works after reconnecting or retrying. Standard return to home functions normally, and optimal RTH generally performs well. But when dynamic homepoint becomes unreliable, it raises understandable safety concerns. Notably, this issue is not mentioned in the release notes. Overall, version 1.19.5 does not introduce any major new features. It does not resolve the biggest restrictions. It does not significantly improve controller performance. If your drone is already working smoothly, there is no urgent reason to rush into updating. In fact, some pilots are becoming more cautious about installing updates immediately. There is a growing sense that DJI Fly updates sometimes introduce new limitations just as often as they fix problems. Community feedback has become increasingly important. Because official notes are brief and vague, real-world user experience is often the only way to understand what has truly changed. Updates now feel less like clear improvements and more like quiet adjustments in direction. For drone pilots, staying informed has become just as important as staying airborne. Software is no longer just a background tool, it actively shapes what your drone can and cannot do.